is the epitome of life for an old codger.
But man, I'm gonna change my way of living now. I won't have to worry no more. You know I've been up. You know
The stuff for brilliant hair.
Well, I've been up, baby. Good, I declare I've been down. But I'm gonna change my way of living. I won't have to worry no more. I've been kicked out, been driven from door to door. I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad for you, baby. I don't have to worry no more.
You ain't.
I can remember this charismatic young man who was very direct and upfront and passionate. Perhaps I saw a bit of my younger self, I don't know.
I grew up in a very politically charged home, full of social justice values, and started working at a place called Gordon House. I just loved it. It was a crazy, wild place, 300 people. Had a lot of horrible things happening, murders and violent crimes, but there was also a lot of acts of wanton kindness by people. When I came back to Melbourne, and again I tell our staff, I'd had a knockabout life, so I thought nothing much would surprise or shock me, but nothing prepared me for Gordon House, nothing at all. There were a lot of aged homeless people around, and people saw them as being homeless and aged. Therefore, entirely appropriate that they should be in a homeless night service. And I said, well look, I don't think they are homeless and aged, I think they're aged and homeless. And that's a fundamental difference. They're aged, therefore they should be part of aged care funding. With full of self-righteous indignation, I said to Dot, my wife, I said, I want to quit Gordon House and set up a new company for homeless people. And she said, do whatever you like as long as I can paint, because she's an artist. And then I had great luck. I had Peter Hollingworth took a shine to me.
We put Brian in touch with the Honourable Peter Staples, who was the Minister for Housing at the time.
And I said to him, it's going to take about 4 years to get this started. What do I do in the meantime? Because the guys are dying like flies at Gordon House. So he said, I'm flirting with this idea called community options, which is going to be home-based care. Which is the precursor of community aged care packages. Hadn't started then. But he said the problem is it's meant to be in people's homes. I said, well, people have lived here for, in some cases, 20, 30 years. It's a home.
And it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, 4 walls and a roof. We've had people that call home, you know, a park, or because that's just where they feel safe and comfortable.
Home-based care presupposes a home. So that's created a real policy dilemma for the department and for Wintringham. How do we provide home-based care to homeless people? And we've been able to manage that. We even helped create a program that was specifically designed for non-home dwellers, but now it's all folded into one. There are some sections in Canberra that think the most interesting thing about Wintringham is its financial modelling and its financial viability. We now play a major role in policy formulation in Canberra on all issues affecting the elderly homeless. Could have started with community care, it could have started with housing, but it started with residential care. And then we're now saying that anything impacts on an elderly person's life is fair game. We're just staying in our core group of elderly homeless people, but we're moving both sides. So one of the ways is moving into housing, and then when we're finding the people in the housing are ageing, they needed community care, so we now got community care. And the other end, we're going to nursing homes. And of course we bury people.
Most people are in absolute crisis when we make contact with them. You know, a lot of them are just at a point where it's very difficult for them to make decisions.
When I got in touch with Wintringham, I was introduced to Felicity, thank God, because since then she has been trying to help us as much as she can.
It's a fantastic feeling when you house someone and you know that they're happy with where they're living and they can stay there for the rest of their lives. It's affordable, it's secure, it's safe.
I think the big change is that we can keep a person truly until stumps, and we've gone backwards as well, gone into housing, so we can take people a longer journey.
We get them permanent housing, so not just short term, you know, here for a day, sort of gone tomorrow, they're there forever.
I'm a very independent person and I like to do my own thing. And each year passes, I can do less and less, so it's great to have the extra help.
Ever since I've been involved with Wintringham, I've begun to see hope, direction, and Wintringham have provided me with that home base.
I am a personal carer, working in the house environment with anywhere between 5 to 7 residents. You know, there is still people in the community who are in dire needs of being somewhere like Wintringham.
The population of elderly homeless people or at risk is a hell of a lot wider than the bizarre old man that you see in the streets. It's a lot of people who are mums and dads who played the local footy club, who made this country what it is, good or bad, who've fallen on hard times.
Every story's different. Some are from really rough and rugged backgrounds opposed to just something being a situation that they haven't been able to avoid in sort of the last 5 years.
Yeah, I was in New York. I was homeless in New York. My mum passed away and I was left alone. And I was rescued, basically. Finally I applied to the consul to get me out of the situation. They did. And they contacted Wintringham.
Oh, it's given me a better lifestyle, a much better lifestyle. I'm eating better and I can do the things I want to do now that I've got an electric chair.
We work with each resident individually, identifying their interests. Then we create a program around each resident individually. So we identify their list of interests and then develop a plan for them, which results in a very diverse and broad program. It's as diverse as the residents we work with.
The United Nations Scroll of Honour is it's from the UN Habitat section of the United Nations, and it is for human settlement, housing settlements. Wintringham was, I think, one of the first ones ever to get it as an organisation, and as I said, the first one to go to Australia.
I see that the values of the company are, they're not just words, they're something that are put into practice regularly.
Oh, I hate the staff.
And the management is beautiful, but they're only taking care of me.
It's just really like a family here. I think that's important for the residents that live here too.
They really value us as employees and, you know, try to retain staff as much as possible. So, and being flexible in, you know, a lot of people have families and kids and stuff, so being flexible with our home life and work life is perfect.
But I'm so glad, baby, one thing don't last always. Girl, I'm so glad, darling.
Our motto is options, rights, dignity, but that applies to residents and staff.
Now I done changed my way of living, woman, and I don't have to worry no more.
I've got all the freedom I need, you know, I don't need anything else. I've got everything that I need.
I had it hard. Girl, all my life, I had it hard.
I'm just as enthusiastic as I was the day I started.
I don't have to worry no more.
There's always someone there to help me.
I'm so glad.
The baby boomers are all now old. There's this tidal wave of oldies coming straight at us. And a percentage of those old ones are poor. And a percentage of the poor are homeless.
Don't have to worry no more.
It's been a great achievement. Long may it continue to grow.